horrifying day in New York City yesterday. Just after 6:30 p.m. yesterday, during the rush hour in Manhattan, a gunman walked into 345 Park Avenue. This is a high-profile skyscraper office building there in Manhattan. It houses Blackstone, the NFL headquarters, and we're going to get to that in just a minute, the motive. The shooter opened fire with a rifle. There are images that have been released since then of showing him literally just walking on the sidewalk out front of the building, carrying this, what looks like an AR-15 style rifle. He goes into the building and starts shooting. 4 people lost their lives, including a New York City police officer. New York City Police Commissioner briefed the press on exactly what happened yesterday. In cut number 2, he describes and identifies who the shooter is.
According to our law enforcement partners in Las Vegas, Mr. Tamura has a documented mental health history. His motives are still under investigation, and we are working to understand why he targeted this particular location. 345 Park Avenue is a commercial office building whose tenants include the NFL, Rudin Management, KPMG, and Blackstone. At this time, 4 of the 5 victims are deceased, including our NYPD cop.
The NYPD police officer was identified as 36-year-old Didarul Islam. He'd been on the force for 3 years. He was working security detail at this building when he was shot in the back. Mayor Eric Adams called him a true blue New Yorker. In cut number 1, the mayor talked about the fact that he had immigrated to the U.S. from Bangladesh.
Our hearts are heavy. 5 innocent people shot tonight. We lost 4 souls to another senseless act of gun violence, including a member of the New York City Police Department, Officer Islam. He served in the 47th Precinct. He was just 36 years old and a 3.5-year veteran of the department. He was doing what he does best, and all members of the police department carry out. He was saving lives. He was protecting New Yorkers. He's an immigrant from Bangladesh, and he loved this city. And everyone we spoke with stated he was a person of faith and a person that believed in God and believed in living out the life of a godly person. He embodies what this city is all about. He's a true blue New Yorker, not only in a uniform he wore, but in his spirit and energy of loving this city.
New York City Mayor Eric Adams yesterday in his news conference as he's briefing the public about what happened. And again, a 36-year-old NYPD officer killed in this horrific shooting there. Inside the building, images have been floated on social media of office workers barricading themselves in their office, some literally taking desks apart and pushing them up against the door to try to protect themselves. It was just a horrible, horrible situation in this office building. So why did he do this? Why did this young man, a former football player, travel across the country? He last known living in Las Vegas. It appears he traveled across the United States in order to shoot these people in this office building in New York. Coming up, we're going to tell you what we know and what we think is his motive in doing this. Anytime something like this happens, there's a lot of speculation. What happened? Why did he do this? And this was a bit of an unusual situation because this young man is a Las Vegas resident, 27 years old, a former football player. The police commissioner, Tish, said that Mr. Tamura had driven across state lines with his vehicle having been seen as recently as 4:24 yesterday afternoon in Columbia, New Jersey, before he crossed over the river into Manhattan. Officers found a rifle case with rounds, a loaded revolver, ammunition and magazines, a backpack, and medication prescribed to Tamura. The vehicle was searched by the NYPD's bomb squad, but found it to be clear of any explosives. Police do believe that he acted alone. Through documents that they received, they said that he had a concealed carry permit that was issued on June 14th of 2022. It was valid for 5 years. Tamura also carried a private investigator license and had a misdemeanor for trespassing not amounting to burglary in 2023. Earlier records show that this young man played football at Grenada Hills Charter in Grenada Hills, California. It's about 25 miles northwest of Los Angeles. He had also worked as a security guard at a Las Vegas casino. So why was he going into this particular building? And again, this area is a very nice area of New York. It's a lot of upscale shopping. It's an area I know well because when Peg and I are in New York, we stay about a block over at the National Republican Women's Club, which is on 51st Street and 5th Avenue. This was in the 51st, 52nd Street, Park Avenue area, so just a block or so over where the area that we consider our home in New York City. He had a rifle, of course, and it's just chilling to see the images that are being released of him walking down the sidewalk holding that gun before he goes into the building. So what's going on here? Why did he choose that building? Well, in addition to financial services and other offices in there, it was also the home of the NFL. And according to New York Mayor Eric Adams, Tamura is blaming his previous concussions while playing football, and he has suffered medical conditions since then. He's blaming the NFL for his condition, and he wants his brain to be studied to see how these things could be prevented in the future. Here's Mayor Eric Adams in cut number 9.
Tell us about the apparent suicide note that was in the shooter's pocket.
He alluded to having CTE from playing in the NFL. He never played in the NFL, and he alluded to the CTE being the reason for his illness. It appears as though he was going after the employees at the NFL. The building 345 housed the NFL's company there as well. But we're still going through the suicide note to zero in on the exact reason. But at this time, it appears as though something that is attached to his belief he experienced CTE from playing in the NFL.
So that's the reason, as we know it right now, that this young man had struggled with mental health issues that he believes were caused by football. And, of course, the NFL office, their headquarters is in this building. And he was going there, I'm assuming, with the idea that he would possibly shoot people in the NFL office. Now, as you can imagine, this has renewed the call for more gun control by the Democrats. A lot of Democrats coming forward saying that if he hadn't had the gun, of course, he wouldn't have been allowed or he wouldn't have been able to go into this building and take these lives. We know that's not the case. We know that, look, if there had been other people armed there, maybe he would have been stopped earlier. Maybe. We've seen this happen in other situations. But controlling access to guns is not going to make anyone any safer. There's a meme being circulated on social media. It says Chicago is gun-free, over 1,550 shot already this year. I don't know if I haven't verified that number, but I know there's a lot of people have been shot in Chicago. It goes on to say Maine can carry concealed firearms without a permit. 4 years later, Maine's the safest state in the union. We know that guns can make you safe. When the wrong people have guns, yes, they can also do harm.